A slow start, yes, but in Kisumu County, eligible voters appeared enthusiastic to register on day one despite technical hitches delaying the commencement of the exercise in some centers. This was the queue in the morning at Aga Khan Hall. In Kwale, it was a slow start too. The county has in the recent past been in the limelight predominantly because of insecurity following violence attributed to the Mombasa Republican Council group that has been advocating for the secession of the coastal area, with its top leaders facing charges of incitement. By 3 p.m., only 5 voters had been registered at Ngombeni Primary School.
We have effective patrols, and every center there is enough security. So I want to take this opportunity to appeal to all the eligible voters in this county to turn out to their nearest registration centers and register as voters.
This was the situation at Uasin Gishu Primary School in Uasin Gishu County, where complaints were minimal. In Meru, by noon, some of the stations Citizen TV visited were still experiencing delays. Retired President Daniel Arap Moi was among the first Kenyans to register at his home in Kabarak. At the Kenya National Library Services Registration Center in Garissa County, residents were enthusiastic to register but were disappointed by delays. In this particular case, a password error.
These computers are very sensitive. If you make a mistake of punching in an L instead of an I, the next thing is it refers you to the administrator. So there is no serious problem really as we speak.
The voter registration exercise will take 30 concurrent days, including weekends and holidays. It ends on 18th of December. There are about 25,000 registration centers. In Nyeri, there were mixed reactions, with some remaining optimistic that the situation will improve with time, as this was just the first day and first time for the registration exercise to go high-tech. One requires a valid national identity card or passport for identification. The features taken include fingerprints and face photo. Upon registration, you are issued with an IEBC acknowledgement slip bearing your elector's number and your details. However, this is just to enable you make any corrections later, but you are not required to carry it on voting day, as you will be identified by the details stored in the system, such as the fingerprints and face photo. Machines may reject your fingerprints if they are bandaged, missing, or have scars. But this should not worry you, because the clerk will indicate the anomaly in the machine and you will be registered with other features. I was also among the first Kenyans to register too in Rift Valley. So this is my polling station, Kerarapon Primary School in Kajiado North constituency, and this is where I'm registering as a voter. However, I found that the exercise had stalled here because the battery supplying power to the equipment had gone flat. This standby generator too could not be used as there was no fuel. Before I arrived, one of the clerks had gone to charge the battery in the neighborhood, as there is no electricity here. It was fixed as we watched, and the exercise continued. I had waited on the queue for about 20 minutes, but it took me barely 5 minutes for me to be registered. But I later found that my surname had been misspelled, reading Chamwada instead of Chamwada. But I was told this should not be a problem because the name in the system had been correctly spelled, and in any case, I would have changed it during the verification period.
Come with this when you're coming to vote. The most important thing is your passport.
The passport. So I shouldn't worry about a misspelled name.
No, you
because I was worried. Chamwada. Alex Chamwada for Citizen Live at 9.